In this video, I'm going to go over the first ever asset pack that I'm going to make available for Rhino 3D. I created this because I was just getting killed on my rendering jobs where I need to model a bunch of small elements, and nothing you'll see is really that hard or that challenging to model. Like a lot of these glasses, like they might take a minute, but that's 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes. And then, to be honest, the real work goes into placing the objects, because you'll create your glass. And right now I believe I have the base point of these. I think I'll have to reset the gumball to demonstrate that. But yeah, I have the base point for these blocks set at counter level. And that in itself will save you quite a bit of time. So yeah, the real work is, I guess, just organizing and placing stuff. So I found with other asset libraries, it's like they want you to take one item at a time, whether you import it into Rhino or download it one by one after scrolling through an asset library. I was just finding that so insanely slow. So yeah, I created this after dealing with that on a previous job, and I've used this once, and it's already saved me a whack of time. But yeah, so instead of, say, importing an object, all you'll do here is have two Rhino sessions open. You'll do Control C, copy, and then go into that other file, the one with, I guess, your job in it or whatever you're working on, and then Control V. And of course, you'll have to place it. But that shouldn't be too challenging. Okay, so there's not a heck of a lot included in here. There's quite a bit of small, simple models, I guess, but you're going to run into situations where you need a slightly different shaped bowl, a slightly different shaped glass. These plates are actually the same block, just scaled, right? So if I do 0.5, 0.5, now that almost looks like maybe like a butter dish or something if we stretch that out like that, right? So you get a lot of flexibility just by modifying these blocks. We'll take this, make sure the base point's at the counter. I got a hotkey to switch the gumball alignment from C-plane to object. So do that, we'll do 0.5. Let's do 1.5. So that went from a cereal bowl looking thing to more like a bread bowl, I guess. Similar with glasses, you can change the shape of them. Some stuff, these are all the same block, but if I try to go from this to this, that won't work out too well. So let's scale this. I kept accidentally hitting shift. So if you want to scale uniformly, you're going to hit shift and then click. But if you want to scale just one axis at a time, you'll just click and scale, right? But yeah, so if I scale that, I don't think we want this bottle to look like that. It's more of a spice jar, I guess, but if we scale it like that, we create a bit of a mess. So in that case, what you do is you'd explode, Control Shift select, and now we can just stretch that up. Some weird stuff going on inside there, but whatever. Yeah, so I modeled the inside just to save a bit of memory. So I'll make sure I don't grab a corner of that and go like that. Looks a bit better. So then I just do block, select the base point, try to get the center. Yeah, so now if we want to place that on the counter, that's quite easy to do. There, now we got like a little tall, narrow spice jar thing going on. So I like using this grip because it gives more, makes things look a little more random, right? So call that minor surgery. Let's grab this guy. So this, I can make this look like a wine glass just by scaling these like that. Like that, right? I can try to shrink it like this. Actually, let's explode this. Let's do a sub-object selection. Control-Shift window. So if we do that, it don't get too good of a result. Actually, like, that does look kind of cool, doesn't it? But not quite what we want here. So what I'm going to do is explode this guy. So this should all be surfaces now. So what I'm going to do is select everything. I'm going to do points on. So once you have surfaces, you can just turn on the points. Now we will do, what I'll call major surgery. Okay, so you can see I messed up a seam in here somewhere. We can fix that by doing match surface. If I'm able to get that surface edge. Let's see. Let's be smart about this and maybe isolate these elements. Oh yeah, that's way up there, isn't it? Let's put points on. Set our gumball to C plane, not to object, because that wasn't working too well. Put that there, and now do match surf. So with a bit of luck, that will join into a closed polysurface. Let's just throw a different material on that just so we can make sure it's nice and smooth. We didn't destroy any of those surface tangencies. Yeah, so one thing I didn't like that I did is I modeled the bottom of these glasses, like with that concave, or whatever you'd call that. And it just, if you do turn this into a block, you'll just have to be mindful of that. Somewhere along the line, it looks like I messed that up too, but I guess that'd be a situation where I kind of actually want that effect, because I want it to look like the glass is cast the way it would be in real life. So this would be probably rejected in quality control, but for a render scene, that amount of variance and randomness. Because what you're going to be doing is, maybe not for a wine glass, but a lot of these things you want to rotate and move them just a little bit just to make it look that much more realistic. So yeah, I'm going to make this available quite soon. There is one or two things I want to fix. I don't like how this wine bottle looks, because what I did there is cap the surface right here just to make it simpler, but what it's done is make the top of the bottle look like that. Thinking about including tableware in this. Maybe what I'll do is I'll upload this, make it super cheap, and then get some feedback maybe, and then include tableware with it at a later date. And maybe include a few more bonus items. The good thing about this asset pack is that you're kind of getting a preview of some other stuff. As you can see, I got a lot of millwork in here, so you're going to see like 75% how I'm doing millwork in Rhino right now. And maybe if this is popular, maybe I'll make an asset pack for the millwork. Same goes for other stuff. Appliances. I got wall fixtures like plugins, light switches that I want to include, stuff like that, right? Okay, so let's wrap this video up. I'll just leave off by saying thanks very much for watching, and if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below.